Yo. This is probably going to be the intro to this whole video, I would assume. It's a little bit of a weird time chop of events, and if you've seen any of my other videos of at the shop, you've probably heard me talk about my Mustang. But today is the day we are actually going to be putting the motor back in the car. I'm going to throw in the videos of me assembling a lot of the motor. I did not do the best job of filming a bunch of it, but I know I have little clips here and there. And then today is going to be the big day of putting it back in the car. And we're probably not going to be able to fire it up today, but majority of the work is going to go down today. Get it back in the car, get her ready to start. And so we'll try to get a good time lapse going on, film us kind of, turning some wrenches and having a good time, and hopefully this is enjoyable for you. All right, so quick explanation real quick on top of that intro. Basically, probably about 4 months ago, I'll tell you the whole scenario real quick. Basically, there was a drift event coming up, and I had recently got a daily, so I haven't been daily driving the Mustang anymore, which I had actually daily drove it all through the Arizona summer since I've been out in Arizona. So that thing was a fucking trooper putting up with that thing. No AC, so I'm a trooper for putting up with that thing in the 120-degree weather out here. Unreal. But, yeah, she kind of kicked the bucket here about 4 months ago. I decided to do some maintenance on it. I was just gonna do spark plugs, wires, oil change, little stuff like that. And so I actually drove the car to work for my morning shift. Then I drove it to school, went to school, and then I drove it back to work. And right before work, my little lunch period, I swapped the plugs and the wires out real quick. And I went to start it, and all of a sudden it wasn't starting. I was like, what the fuck? I just drove this thing here. All I did was plugs and wires. I've done plugs and wires before on that car. I know what I was doing. So I was inspecting everything, making sure the fire order's good. It was good. And I was like, maybe it's just a fluke. I put all this stock stuff back in just cause, I don't know. Even though I know it wouldn't make a difference with the new, but just cause I wanted to, I put all the stock stuff back on, went to start it, and it still wasn't starting. I was like, what the hell? So the car actually had to sit here for a week because I had minimal time in between work and school, just super busy, so it's hard to diagnose it. And so after work one day, I checked and I had spark, and I was like, okay, sick, got spark, so maybe it's fuel related. I went to fuel pressure, we checked for fuel pressure, and I had good fuel pressure. I was like, well, if it's got spark and it's got fuel, there's only one more thing we gotta check, and that's compression. So we checked compression on the first 2 cylinders, and they were both at first one was 70 psi and the other one was 80. Mind you, this motor is supposed to be over 100 120 psi. Yeah, she was low on compression. So I did a cylinder leak down test on it just to see if I could identify where we were losing compression from, and sure as shit, it's just connected air to the cylinder, TDC, and it was just shooting straight out the fucking oil cap. So yeah, so our piston rings said bye-bye on that motor. But honestly, props to that motor, because I got that car not running. The car had sat for 12 years. I got it not running for $200. I put a battery and ignition switch in that thing, and it cranked. And I was like, fuck yeah. So then we tested fuel, and back then the fuel pump was bad, and we swapped the fuel pump, and that thing started to ride up after not running for 12 years. I continued to beat the shit out of that thing for probably 2 weeks, and then I jumped timing, or the distributor went bad, and I had to do a distributor. But this is literally the car I've learned everything on, how to get a car to crank, how to test for fuel, and all that stuff. And so she's definitely a problem child, but she's also close to my heart because she's taught me so much, and everything that I've learned has purely been because that car breaks and I figure out how to fix it. So it's a love-hate relationship, but a lot of love to that car. And crap, I've had her probably coming up a year and a half, 2 years, something like that, and I do not drive that car nice. Like, if you know me and you know how I drive the shit out of that car, and it is my drift car, and I fucking do donuts and burnouts and all that shit. So props to her for putting up with my heavy foot, and you know, yeah. It's a little weird talking to myself like this. I was glad it was just the piston rings, because that means the block was savable, you know. I mean, it's just a 302 block, like nothing crazy, but at the same time I was like, you know, this car is dear to my heart. Like, why just swap another motor in, like another used motor or something, when I could, you know, take it to the next step. So that's what I did, is I pulled the motor, tore it all the way down to just a short block, and because of time management, I moved back to Utah literally in 2 weeks now. But at the time I had a couple weeks, so I was like, okay, let's just drop the block off. I ended up getting 30 thousandths over pistons. They're ceramic coated, so they're better for heat, a little bit better performance, but 30 thousandths over. And I dropped those off with the block and had them bore out the block. So now it is now a 305 block with the 30 thousandths over pistons in there. We did all new bearings in it, so it's kind of just like a cheapo rebuild. Still the same crank, still the same rod, so fingers crossed that those hold up for a little bit, you know. But pistons are new, walls are refreshed, all new bearings, got the block painted, new freeze plugs. Like, the bottom end is a full fresh rebuild. I then went ahead and spent the money on a e303 cam, so it's a very mild cam, nothing crazy, but a little bit better than stock cam. And then I got some Edelbrock aluminum performance heads, which those ones are way more ported out. Like, they got a lot of airflow for that, so those heads and the cam are gonna flow really good, and I'm really excited for that. So yeah, that being said, that's a refreshed Mustang right there. Heads, cam, new pistons, fully refreshed bottom end.
What? When? Where?
Help me out, Leo.
That's it. Hey, I be going in. Praying to the Lord, cause I know that I'm a sin. I been stacking Benjamins, I've been learning by the day. Lurking with the homies, trying to catch a berry. Fucking play like baby, thought you already knew it was a demon. Telling you I love you when I really don't mean it. Give a little taste, now the energy she feeling. Brush a bitch off like something that I'm cleaning like, yeah. Coolin' with the bros, yeah, we posted in the trenches. I was down bad, now we sliding through these benches. Shawty think I'm cheating, she turned into the forensics. Shit, I think it's funny, I made that bit up in fishes. Like, now we gon' slide up in the space crew. Too many runners, take this wood up to the face. Yeah, take it to the face too, sliding in the space scoop. Got a big bag and it's really full of olive blue. Like, damn, this ain't come from none, boy, I had to go and get it. Pack on me right now, but I gotta flip it. All of my brothers that ain't known to count up digits, and the circles stay smaller than some motherfucking midgets. I was down bad, now I'm up in the tinny. Shit in my cup making my vision vivid. Mix it with Zaza, that shit just hit different. Shawty say she wanna be independent.
Plug me with this G.
Oh, hop on the beat, I start spazzing. All of this drip, yeah, I fly like Aladdin. All of these blues that I really keep stacking. Cause all of my brothers, yeah, they known to get in racks and dancing. I like Michael Jackson. Got a couple little homies known to get it blasting. If I'ma do it all with passion. I'm an OG, can't get caught lacking. Ooh, ayy, cause in the spaceship, I'ma take off like a rocket. Some dummy really tried to rob me and I stopped it. Got his 40 on me, you ain't want me to cock it. And all the fake ones saying they real, need to stop it. Locked in, we gon' get it poppin'. Therapy for my shorty when we go out shopping. First in the top 10, I know you wanna hop in. All of this pressure, I'm in hell and got me coughing. Stop it, you ain't really got it. All these big bands, I can't even for my wallet. Remember times I didn't get it, now I really got it. Addicted to that guap, I think I'm gonna guap a Harley. I'm just tryna take my shorty out to the tropics. Had to cut some people off, cause they really toxic. And the way my brothers checked out, man, I almost lost it. Before them, I'ma run it up fast like I'm Sonny. Hey, like I'm sunny, bitch. Hey, I'm sunny, bitch. Hey, okay. Like I'm sunny, bitch, like I'm sunny. Too many bands, yeah, I got a nigga flying. Grinding with the bros, cause you know we really want it. How we got this bitch all hot up like a sun. Doing what I want. Posted with the bros, pour high tech off marijuana. Got it from the gutter, nigga, I don't think you won. Brody in the system, but he ain't the only gun. You know where this line's past the ball, ain't no way that I could fumble. Remember back when I was humble, then I turned into a beast. Cause these rookies testing me like I was down low, now I'm in the sky. Bad little bitch, and my hand up on her thigh. She looked me up in the eye, she say I'ma ride or die. Next morning she said it was just a mixed up cup of Sprite. I was all up in my feelings, so I loaded up my pipe. God made a solid one, so shit, I'll be alright. Little baby's lost, yeah, we really get it. Now we bust out the bag, tryna get all this shit that I never done had. Had me running all these bands, now we got them real mad. Now I got my mind straight, we ain't looking the past, but now we dancing, I like Michael Jackson. Got a couple little homies known to get it blasted. If I'ma do it all with passion. I'm a OG, can't get caught lacking. Ayy, can't get caught lacking. Yeah, we dance like Michael Jackson. Yeah, we known to get these racks and got a product, so we tapping like, yeah. Putting in that work, you gon' see that shit pay off. Only going life, we gon' play it like a player. Do it for my fam, gotta show 'em what I made of. Trench hard, never love nobody. Trench hard, never love nobody.
Seth got the waves.
Trench hard, never love nobody. I was down, I was stuck in scenes 03. She want kick it, wanna chill up with a OG. But I was in my bag. Put that vibe up in the past. Then I smash up on his gas. And I'm on the road to cash. And I'm going very fast. Swear that I cannot be last for real. I'm with my brothers, yeah, my soldiers. Yeah, we up on the field, never on benches, up in benches. Yeah, we sliding up, we coolin'. Sparkles on the youngin', got your main bitch up and drillin'. Young and reckless, so you probably got yours out and fooling. I got it out the mud, yeah, I really came from nothing. But now we push and start. She play my hard guitar. I had to do it, I swear I'ma really make it far. Shots fired in my heart, why'd you start a war? Angels and these demons knocking all up at my door. Trench hard, never love nobody, I think that juice was right. All of these.
Alright boys, I am sorry. I am absolutely terrible at filming myself with this motor. I just get short amount of time and I just hurry, but we actually have the Mustang in the fucking bay. Oh yeah. Big day tomorrow. We are putting the motor back in the car tomorrow. She's a dirty girl. Damn, boy. Hell yeah. Oh man.
Girls just in the all filled up with lies. Trust is gone, I think my brothers only earned it. Paint up in his chest, the wood help when I get it burning. Earned it. Trust is gone, I think my brothers only earned it. Shooting our chance and we're shooting it with certainty. He's changing all my colors, now my BB's here with clarity. Yeah, they know me. Yeah, they know my vibe. I had to get it right with this tutu out of my side. She wanna get it with a young, you wanna thug through the night. Told her I'm a real rockstar, so I gotta take flight. Trench hard, never love Trench hard, never love nobody. I was down, I was stuck in scenes 03. She won't kick it, wanna chill up with a OG. But I was in my bag, I was trapping in them hallways. We couldn't get it right, tryna stir them fiends up all day. RP to Brody, gotta keep it on me always. Pressure pack my fragrance, cause my mind move at a fast pace. Might be second, third, but I ain't
The motherfucking muscle man.
He running from his feelings, stuff him all away. Stuff him all up in his honor bags where the racks be. Keep it solid to the death, staying fly up like a bee. Staying far from all the faking, really only honesty. Loyalty gon' get you far if I'm just speaking honestly. Like no fugazi, they say they made me. me like, no way, yeah, like no fugazi. City said he made me like, no way. With my youngest in broad day, where you play, boy, that's where you gon' lay. I had to get it for times when it's late. Scoring the 10s, kept me slipping with A's. Posted with killers, gorillas, the demons and apes, yeah.
Anthony just told me to come back to the shop. He's gonna pull up. We can do a little bit more tonight, so fuck sleep. We're gonna drink some Red Bulls and fucking turn wrenches on the Mustang. Yeah! I am now just leaving. As you can see, it's 3 in the morning. And we got a lot done with the Mustang, for sure, a lot. Everything's wired up completely. Exhaust is on, diff is all put together. We actually put the dual caliper brackets on too. Differentials filled, transmissions filled. But I am tired. I am really tired. And Anthony is a G for staying up that late with me and grinding the Mustang out and following the dream of it, for sure. His wife is not too happy with us, but I'm very happy Anthony stayed. And, you know, the Mustang is basically ready to start. I just need the freaking dipstick tube so oil don't go chucking everywhere. And I'd like O2 sensors because it'll, you know, give a better, proper reading with the fresh engine. And then there's these EGR block-off plates that I need for the rear of the cylinder heads, because they only gave me 2 for both cylinder heads, and you have to use the 2 for the front in order to bolt the brackets into the thing. I'll have to show a picture of it, but I need those for the rear of the cylinder heads, the dipstick tube, and then a little PCV valve filter. But I could start it without the PCV valve filter. But I would like to have the O2 sensors proper, and I would like to have the dipstick in so it doesn't shoot oil everywhere. But that being said, we do still need to time it. We got the distributor sitting in there where we believe it's supposed to sit, but I don't know, man. I also got the radiator in with the fan. I used the stock fan again. I used to have these electric fans, but I found out the CFM was a little lower than they were because there were some cheapo fans. But put the stock fan in, and she sounded a little weak when I wired her up, but I did get it wired up to the toggle switch, and the fuel pump, it should be wired up. So all I need to do is kind of wire loom everything up, try to tuck it, make it look somewhat presentable, and the engine bay will be kind of done. But as far as starting it goes, we just need to get the distributor set up right, that dipstick tube in there, and those EGR plugs, O2 sensors, and she'll be good. I just repeated myself like 10 million times. We'll see how much of that goes in. But if you cannot tell, I am super tired, and it's time to go get some sleep. I will see you guys probably the day that we're starting it. So here we go. It's been a long time coming, and I miss the Mustang, and Mustang content soon. Woo! Future Braxton here. I indeed got a dipstick. It is a flexible dipstick. I am going to need to remount the bracket somewhere else. I did not get O2 sensors, but with the dipstick, I just said fuck it, and we got coolant in it, fluids, and got her started. Or maybe got her started. You're gonna have to see.
I put my all in, ballin', now she steady callin'. Ma been rockin', you know how we rockin', how we rockin'. I put my all out, ball out, now she wanna call now. Top down, walk down, you know how we rock out. We just some young, broken youngins, how we rock out. We just some young, broken youngins, how we rock now.
What I would do right now, once you get it going, we'll loosen that nut down. We'll just kind of turn it distributor so it sounds really good, and then we'll do that. Then we'll get time right on it. Fucking around the stars already. She's nervous, dude. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, trying, bro. Here we go. Here we go. Time. Here we go. Crank that motherfucker. Alright, good, bro. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we can get everything. Ah. I lost battery power.
Seven.
We're 180 off.
It's gonna be a while.
180 off.
Start with what? What do you got in there?
Again, we pass
the
it.
motor.
Just rebuild motor?
Again.
Did
Again.
Dectone the block 30,000 silver, so it went from a 302 to a 305.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And
Okay, we're coming up, so just tap it again.
then we did aluminum cylinder head, stage 2 cam.
Whoa, what the hell happened?
I was here till 3 a.m. on Sunday getting this whole thing put in.
Is your
3 a.m. on Sunday?
Sunday morning.
Like from Saturday to Sunday?
Yeah.
Aftermarket temp gauge, so that works, and my oil pressure gauge is just go or no go.
Oh, okay.
So my oil pressure should work, yeah.
All right, let's make sure we just, all checks out. Here we go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Room. That's all I want here. Hang on. Oh, you're fine. Stay in there, buddy. Okay, try that. We'll get a battle out of this.
She's working. Hell yeah.
Make sure there's no leaks. I don't see none. God, dude.
That one was one, right? Yeah. You're out about 70.
disbelief of what I have accomplished as far as getting that car running and putting it all together myself for the most part. I'm so appreciative of everybody that helped me and giving me that knowledge and that experience. And I wish I filmed a little bit more, but this was a huge learning experience for me, and I know this video went pretty long still, so I hope there was some cool stuff to watch, and stay tuned for part 2 or the next episode where we're gonna break that baby in. For our first test drives, we'll do a few ride-alongs with the co-workers and everybody, take her around the block, and she's not gonna be tuned until I move back to Utah in a couple of days, but for now, it's a good feeling, and thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed. See you guys on the next one.